Where's the fight gonna be at?
Well, they say in Vegas, maybe in September, but Canelo's got to get through.
Well, I'll be there to find out.
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight, you know, and
They deserve weight class for a reason.
You don't think he can pull it off?
If somebody moves up 2 weight divisions, I'm gonna take the dude that's dad.
Lives there.
Yeah.
Amid ongoing speculation about how the fight will go, Mike Tyson has warned the boxing world, expressing concern for both Canelo and Crawford. Looking unfazed by Mike Tyson's comments, Terence Crawford firmly stated that he plans to dethrone the undisputed champion Canelo Alvarez. He said this fight will be a massive showdown that will showcase his exceptional skills.
I think me and Canelo will make for a great fight. I think it's the best fight in boxing right now. And you got 2 first ballot Hall of Famers going head to head with each other. And everybody want to see how Terence going to do going up 2 more weight classes into new territory to dethrone the undisputed champion.
Speaking with Wade Plemons, Terence Crawford shut down his critics, reminding them that they only adopt other people's opinions. He even called Canelo the smallest in the division and pointed to the fight between Usyk and Tyson Fury, noting that weight classes don't determine who wins.
Okay. You know, a lot of people not thinking for themselves. They just,
you can say that about a lot in today's day and age. You know,
they hear something on social media and then they just run with it.
Like, nah, man, trust me, I know.
Yeah.
I've been known. Canelo's a bigger guy. I've seen Canelo in person.
Yeah.
Even for him, 168 is a big weight class.
Facts. And he's always the smallest person in his division. When you got Usyk fighting Tyson Fury, you know, Tyson Fury was the massive fighter over Usyk, and you know, the bigger guy didn't win neither fight. So I just think in this case, a lot of people is just going off of other people's opinion. Oh, well.
Meanwhile, Jaron Ennis has warned Crawford, highlighting that Canelo is much bigger than him. He pointed out that Canelo has been fighting much larger opponents, some weighing up to 200 pounds, while Crawford, by comparison, is even smaller than Ennis himself.
You gotta lean towards Canelo, because he's been at that weight for a long time now, and he been pitting big guys out and things like that. And you know, Crawford a little smaller, you know, so I don't know. We gotta see how it play out. Cause like I said before, he been pitting big guys out and down, and Canelo not even really a 68 pounder. He probably really should be at 60 maybe, and he been hurting these guys. I think he be dropping these guys and things like that. So, and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. They be probably close to 200 pounds, and he dropping those guys like that. So I don't know, you know, it's going to be a great fight, you know.
Furthermore, Jaron went as far as to advise Crawford not to fight Canelo at his stage. He suggested that Crawford should first take a tune-up fight to get a sense of what it's like to face someone a bit bigger than him.
I think Crawford should take a warm-up fight, you know, at like 60, or like at least at 60, just to get his body, you know, to fill into somebody a little bit bigger, you know, and things like that, you know.
Echoing a similar opinion, Teofimo Lopez suggested that Crawford should first face someone at his own weight level before stepping into the ring with Canelo Alvarez. He pointed out that Canelo is significantly bigger, and when the fight happens, he believes Canelo will have the greater chance of winning.
Crawford, Canelo, who you got? Crawford, Canelo? I still say Canelo. I got Canelo too. I still say Canelo. Ring IQ, I believe that Crawford has a bit more. Yep. However, it's just the size difference. I think that where Crawford is lacking is that he should test the waters even with somebody at that weight class before facing Canelo. But hey, they say he's a dog. He's got shot in the head and drove to the hospital, so maybe that's just his mentality.
Hey, let's see. Only one way to find out until that day comes.
It's the only way, but I definitely think that it's a great fight overall. You know, black and brown is how you get down.
On the other hand, Terence Crawford is standing firm in his decision to finally fight Canelo Alvarez. He confidently stated that this is something he has waited for a long time, and now that everything has come together, he won't make any compromises, ensuring it will be a fight for the history books.
Oh man, it'll mean everything. You know, it'll be everything that I worked hard for in my whole career, coming out in that one moment. You know, that one night of boxing that everybody got to see the great Terence Crawford do something that was unheard of and unthinkable, and it would be stamped in the history books forever.
For sure.
So that's what I think about it.
Acknowledging Crawford's exceptional mindset, Sean Porter came forward in his support. He criticized Canelo for showing no creativity in his last fight with William Skull and said that he sees far more creativity and strategic setups in Crawford, praising the mental sharpness he brings to the ring.
Setups from Canelo. There was no creativity, no setups across the board on fight night or through the weekend. That's the one thing that we know, if anything, Crawford has the ability to do. Create moments, create opportunities, create chances. On top of the mental intellect that he has, the mental fortitude that he has, that you've experienced yourself.
Meanwhile, Rolly Romero has raised concerns about the weight class differences in this matchup. He noted that moving up 2 weight divisions is no joke, and added that anyone who thinks Crawford can actually knock out Canelo must be foolish.
Almost 3 weight classes because he just moved up. They have weight classes for a reason, but they just have weight classes for a reason.
You don't think he can pull it off?
If somebody moves up 2 weight divisions, I'm gonna take to do this.
Lives there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shakur.
At the same time, Shakur Stevenson pointed out that he sees all the ingredients in Terence Crawford to beat Canelo Alvarez. He went on to say that Crawford will knock Canelo out, highlighting his superior fighting skills as the key to victory.
The thing is, like I said, man, like Terence Crawford is a great, tremendous fighter. It's just you're moving up 2-3 weight classes, man.
What do you feel like it is for how do you view it, right?
I'm gonna tell you, let me ask you this. Have you ever, think of somebody who moved up 2 weight divisions that didn't get their ass beat?
Yeah.
Kell Brook with a triple G.
Too.
Kell Brook with a triple G.
But when you look at it.
Who else? Let's take it more, right? Lil Charlo versus Canelo. Mikey Garcia versus Spence. Yeah, for real, just tell me. The only one that pulled it off was Roy Jones, and he fought the worst heavyweight at the time. And then he moved back down to cruiser because he got his ass beat.
Reacting to this, Rolly Romero acknowledged that Terence Crawford is undoubtedly a tremendous fighter, but he pointed out that the real challenge for him is moving up 2 weight divisions. He referenced examples from boxing history where fighters who stepped up by 3 weight divisions suffered heavy beatings, using that as evidence to suggest Crawford will face the same fate.
Obviously, his fight with Canelo, September. Tell me how you see it, man. I know it's the budget, man, so of course you're going to say you're going to win,
man,
but how you see it, though?
But by outboxing the shit out of him.
Like easy work?
Yes.
You be disrespecting the top niggas, score. I ain't gonna lie. You disrespecting the top niggas.
Yo, I'm really like 80-90% with this boxing shit. Like, I be calling shit out. But I just feel as though, like, Bud really got all the ingredients to beat a Canelo, like being southpaw, having the feet work, being fast, sharp. I think he got all the ingredients.
In response to this, Crawford pointed out that people fail to give him credit for his abilities and instead criticize him out of pure jealousy to tarnish his legacy. He mentioned that if he not only moves up 2 weight divisions but also defeats Canelo, it would change the way people view him. He emphasized that his confidence never wavers.
Along my career, I've been criticized and people have taken credit away from me just to try to diminish my accomplishments just off of pure hate. So what would they be able to say with me going up 2 weight classes? If Canelo become undisputed again and I beat Canelo, what could they say? They'll say something, but what
they're gonna find something, you know that.
But what can they really say?
Right.
You know?
Meanwhile, Mike Tyson has surprisingly revealed that he doesn't like this matchup at all. He noted that Crawford is unnecessarily moving up to a much bigger weight class. Reflecting on Crawford's last fight with Israel, Tyson said that Crawford shouldn't have taken that fight either.
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight. You know, and He had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terence, because this guy was big and he was awkward. He was really awkward. He shouldn't have fought that guy. He should have fought a guy that was just come straight at him. The guy was too awkward.
He's herky-jerky,
one of them.
In a recent interview, when Mike Tyson was asked about his thoughts following the face-off, he made it clear that he had no interest in analyzing or predicting the outcome of the mega bout. He simply stated that he would attend the fight and see what happens when they finally meet in the ring.
Where's the fight gonna be at?
Well, they say in Vegas, maybe in September, but Canelo's got to get through.
Well, I'll be there to find out.
Andre Ward has expressed full confidence that Crawford can beat Canelo, challenging critics to first prove why he can't. He firmly stated that he could never go against Crawford.
I'm going with Terence Crawford, you know. Big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
Devin Haney is also among Crawford's avid supporters. He stated that he could never go against Crawford and praised his fighting abilities, calling him the best fighter in the ring.
I can't go against Crawford. I fuck with Crawford. I like him in the ring, out the ring. I think that he's the best right now. I'm rocking with Crawford.
Edgar Berlanga asserted that Crawford's only hurdle in defeating Canelo is the weight difference. Other than that, he believes Crawford has everything it takes to beat Canelo. He reflected on Crawford's impressive skill set and noted that the outcome of this fight remains unpredictable at this point.
My good friend, my brother, Terence Crawford, wants to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring, I know you haven't been in the ring with Terence, but what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, that, anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that is his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better. You know what I'm saying? But Crawford is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can't count him out.
Amid all this, Oscar De La Hoya also shared his thoughts, suggesting that while Crawford is the craftier boxer, he is smaller in size compared to Canelo. He broke it down by saying that the first 7 rounds might be competitive, but after that, Canelo could take control. Regardless of the outcome, Oscar thinks this will be a massive fight, one that the boxing world will remember for a long time.
And talent, obviously Crawford is the craftier boxer, but Canelo has the size, he has the power, and it's like Aram said, he'll run right through him. It'll be a tough fight, but stylistically, I mean, yeah, it'll be a one-sided fight for maybe, let's say, 7 rounds, and then Canelo starts attacking. He starts to take you to deep waters, and the power will eventually be too much. Will it be a great fight? Will it be a huge event? Absolutely.
Being on the same page, Mikey Garcia remarked that this fight is a great money-making opportunity for Crawford and wished him the best of luck. He added that Crawford will likely rely on his boxing skills to go the distance, but acknowledged that Canelo's size advantage could be a serious threat.
A lot of money, bro. They make a lot of money. And good job for Crawford for fucking sticking out, because now he's going to make the most money ever.
20-30 million at least.
He's going to make more money than he's ever made, so congratulations to Crawford as well.
Big ups to Crawford. You think it's going to be too much weight?
I think he'll box the decision, but I think Canelo's way too big and strong, and I think Canelo wins. You saw the difference already in his last fight when he fought at 154. Crawford didn't have the pop. He didn't have, all that.
Against Madrimov, yeah.
Yeah, so... And that was a 154.
Right.
They're going to move up to 168. Right?
Mikey went on to say that there's a higher chance Canelo could hurt Crawford, but added it wouldn't be a surprise if Crawford wins, given his skill level. He also noted that if Crawford does pull off the victory, it would be one of the biggest fights ever, possibly even bigger than one of Mike Tyson's own.
Good. He's not big, fool. One punch could fucking knock him out bad enough to hurt his eye socket or detached retina. You never fucking know.
Right.
So... No one wants that shit.
Crawford said if he beats him, he's in the top 3 GOATs of all time.
Oh, for sure. If Crawford beats Canelo, then for sure. Give him all the fucking props in the world, bro. And he actually does have a chance. It's not like he doesn't have a chance. He's a better boxer. Well-rounded boxing skills. He is a better boxer. So don't be too surprised if he fucking pulls it off in the decision. Now, if he knocks him out, oh my God, dude, that's unbelievable. That's unheard of. That'll be probably bigger than Buster Douglas, Tyson type of shit, you know?
Just like Mikey, Danny Garcia also acknowledged that this is a great fight, but emphasized that Canelo is a big guy, noting that anyone would face difficulty beating him at 168 pounds. Regarding the fight itself, Garcia mentioned that it brings in a lot of money, which in his view is the main reason why boxers take these kinds of fights.
You know, at the end of the day, they're two great pound-for-pound fighters, and if they feel like, you know, it makes sense and they want to fight each other, stylistically, it's a great fight. But, you know, Canelo, he's a big dude. And I think it'd be hard for anyone to beat him at 168. But you know, it's definitely a big money fight, and that's why we're all in boxing.
Meanwhile, Joel Diaz has been vocal in his belief that Crawford will be beaten by Canelo. He emphasized the weight class difference as a major obstacle to Crawford's chances of winning and criticized those who believe Crawford has a real shot at beating Canelo.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing.
A lot.
Okay, Madrimov was a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions.
Further clarifying his stance, he noted that Canelo has been consistently fighting bigger opponents and has proven he can withstand their power. In contrast, he believes Crawford is relatively new to this level of size and experience. And once they step into the ring, Crawford won't stand a real chance of beating Canelo.
Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, the heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything to beat Canelo.
Meanwhile, Sean Porter, who has recently praised Crawford for his unique skill set, also expressed some concern about whether Crawford can truly absorb Canelo's punches. Despite that, he remained confident in his belief that Terence Crawford will prove his worth, highlighting his many fighting strengths and pointing to his dominant performance against Errol Spence as proof.
The others say, like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, you know. So I think, if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam. But, you know, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean? So
Joel Diaz reignited his claim following the recent fight announcement, stating that he clearly sees this matchup as a setup for Canelo to win. While he admitted that he likes Crawford as a fighter, he warned that taking on someone naturally bigger is a mistake, reminding Crawford that he's stepping into a weight class that isn't originally his.
Again, the fight against Terence Crawford.
It's a fight for Canelo to win. Simple as that. That's all I can tell you.
Then in September, if Canelo wins, he's got Terence Crawford waiting in the wings.
There is no way that Terence Crawford, being to me my favorite fighter, the best fighter pound for pound, can beat Canelo. A 147 pounder moving up to 68, he can only maybe go 2-3 rounds, good 2-3 rounds, and then Canelo hits him and he hurts him. Canelo's being hit by Triple G, the hardest hitter in the division, and never hurt him. But Canelo will hit Crawford and he'll hurt him.
Speaking on the matchup, Israel Madrimov also shared his thoughts, viewing the fight as a 50-50 contest. He acknowledged that Crawford has the ability to take control, but emphasized that the weight difference could pose a significant challenge for Crawford in securing a victory.
If 12 rounds, Crawford win, I think.
Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, what do you think about that fight if they did fight? Looks like it's up for September.
Good fight. You know, if 168 pounds, I think it's Canelo, but it's Canelo
better technique because 50-50. If 12 rounds, Crawford win, I think. If knockout, it's Canelo.
Despite viewing the fight as a 50-50 matchup, Madrimov further expressed confidence in Canelo's dominance. He pointed out that Canelo possesses raw power and greater experience, factors he believes will prevent Crawford from gaining the upper hand.
What makes Crawford so difficult to fight against?
He has power, smart, in more practical.
He has more experience.
He's very experienced.
Amid the ongoing discussion, Nonito Donaire shared his breakdown of the fight. He acknowledged that Canelo is clearly the bigger fighter, but highlighted Crawford's skill set and impressive footwork. Donaire noted that if Crawford can avoid taking big shots from Canelo, he has a real chance of winning the fight by decision.
You know, Canelo's a stronger guy, the bigger guy, but in the fight with a guy that moves around, and if Crawford uses his skills and his legs and his technique and just his ability, I think he can win. He can win the fight in decision, as long as he doesn't get hit with those big shots from Canelo.
And there you have it. Crawford versus Canelo is shaping up to be more than just a fight. It's a battle of legacies, power, and pure skill, with the boxing world split down the middle. One thing's for sure, history is about to be written. Make sure you're locked in, because this showdown might just shake the sport to its core. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss a punch of the action.